Thank you very much, Joan Marie Aylward, for those lovely words. I know what a great friend you have been to Yvonne over many, many years. St. John's native Sheila O'Leary is an award-winning photographer, filmmaker, and art educator. She has been an energetic volunteer for over 30 years, is a nature enthusiast, and a mother of three, an Irish Indigenous cultural producer. Issues of diversity and respect are paramount in Sheila's work, whether it be creative or political. And I wasn't going to read this part, but because I think it makes her look like a bit of a show-off, but anyway. In 2013, and with a bucket list of wishes to swim a 5-kilometer open water swim from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's to Bell Island, whatever, Sheila founded and swam the Tickle Swim for Mental Health, a fundraising and awareness campaign for the Canadian Mental Health Association, now in its 10th year. And I remember, Sheila, the first time you did it, and we were all kind of jealous of you anyway, I just put that in there, but good for you. It was, what a feat, really, really wonderful. Elected to the City of St. John's in 2009, Sheila has been a passionate lead for the environment, housing, municipalities, Newfoundland and Labrador, the MNL Women's Caucus Chair and the Northeast Avalon Joint Council, and a former co-chair of Equal Voice NL. She continues to mentor women in leadership roles. Sheila is deeply honored to continue to serve as the Deputy Mayor of the capital city of St. John's. Since 2017, she continues to serve on multiple boards and committees and is presently pursuing a Master of Fine Arts at the Grenfell campus, Memorial University on the West Coast. Sheila O'Leary, please take the stage.
Well, folks, thank you so much. It's an absolute honor for me to be invited here this evening. It's just a treat, a wonderful, wonderful treat to be invited to the celebration of Yvonne Rumbold-Jones, and of course, all in a benefit of the organization Equal Voice NL, which of course is near and dear to my heart as a former co-chair, and I've been involved for many years. I have had the great fortune of getting to know Yvonne in my capacity as a municipal leader through her varied and lengthy political history and through her ongoing support of women leaders like me. I recall her incredible ambassadorial skills as she toured me and my colleagues around Ottawa during a Federation of Canadian Municipalities conference. And she was incredibly gracious. I know tonight we've heard a lot about her tenacity, her determination, that she's fierce, and we know all of that because we've seen it endlessly. But I want to talk about Yvonne's grace and how wonderfully welcoming she was, especially to younger municipal leaders, guiding people through the process and encouraging people. So I'd like to mention about grace because I believe that strongly. She was warm and welcoming, and she knows that because she knows municipalities matter. Yvonne's story truly begins with her mother, Barbara Rumbold. So Barbara, give us a wave because we're all going to be talking about you now. And Barbara was the first woman to be mayor of the community of Mary's Harbor. So when Yvonne was just a young teenager in school, she remembers walking home one day from school when they were putting in the first phase of water and sewer in the community. And she saw her mother on the side of the road looking down into a ditch they had dug out, and she was given instructions to the work crew with her 2 hands at her hips, telling them they weren't putting enough stone over the pipe. So I understand that this was her first introduction to what becoming the mayor entailed and the responsibilities, the grave responsibilities that came with it. Yvonne's mother was a tremendous role model, a strong woman, and of course Yvonne started volunteering at a young age as it was required and encouraged to lead by example. Barbara was involved in every political campaign, municipally, provincially, and federally, supporting those running, so Yvonne came to politics very naturally. With lots of tremendous role models in political life, and when she became a member of the Community Council of Mary's Harbour, or as it was called then, the town of Mary's Harbour, she would be listening to the morning radio and to some very strong voices, one of whom was a woman by the name of Agnes Pike, the mayor of West St. Modeste. And I believe we have Agnes Pike here this evening. Is Agnes here? Agnes, give us a wave because we want to see you and we want to acknowledge you. So Agnes here in the room tonight, she has served in municipal politics as an elected member for nearly 40 years, and to my knowledge, is the longest serving woman in elected municipal politics. So give her a grand round of applause. Now we all know municipal politics is where the rubber hits the road. And you know, some people choose it as a complete lifestyle. Some people use it as a stepping stone and move through the various levels of government. But 40 years plus is something to truly be celebrated. So thank you very much for your service. When Yvonne attended the first combined councils meeting in Happy Valley Goose Bay office as a member of the Mary's Harbour Council, she told a story how she went into the room, into the boardroom, the conference room, and she looked to see where Agnes Pike was going to be sitting. And then she changed the names on the table so she could sit right next to her. So Yvonne knew her plans early on, and she was always saying she was inspired by great women in municipal politics, people like her mom, people like Agnes Pike, and many other strong women across our great province. Yvonne had a good foundation for provincial and federal politics from her own experience municipally, and that's where a lot of women, of course, start. And she was also inspired by other women who were strong councillors willing to put their names forward for municipal politics. So through the years, we've gotten to know each other a bit. I certainly don't know Yvonne in the same capacity that the other fabulous, determined, strong, mentoring women who have already spoken ahead of me. But I'm really, really honored to be here and to be invited as a municipal leader to speak to this aspect of governance and relationship. And I even tried to photograph the historical happening that, of course, our former Premier, Kathy Dunderdale, great friend of mine as well, remember, when that happened, we had 3 women leaders. It was unbelievable. I was nearly losing my mind as a photographer. And of course, I hit them all up to get a photograph. But unfortunately, time shifted fairly fast. I missed the opportunity to photo document this historical occasion. But I am, however, extremely honored to have this opportunity to be here this evening, to continue the celebration of women in leadership, and to applaud all women who step up to lead and to serve. Yvonne, you have certainly paved the way, like your mother, Barbara Rumbold, and Agnes Pike have done before, for the many young, aspiring young women who know that it is possible. Your mentorship is a beacon of light, and I am very grateful for your mentorship and your friendship. I look forward to future years, and congratulations on 25 plus. Thank you so much, Yvonne.